Hey, and welcome to the Outside Bet Talking Football. It's an extra pod today, and it's just a podcast to talk about some things we've seen in the game this weekend, some things we're talking about in football, and some things that affect our models that aren't priced into our models. So if you want this additional content, please like and subscribe and comment on the YouTube video. Please comment and say what you'd like in other Talking Football. It doesn't have to be about betting. It can be about anything to do with football, anything that we cover in our leagues, anything you cover about how we make our models, how we do our score predictions. Maybe we can create an evergreen video for you and leave us a 5-star review if you're listening on the podcast. Today's talking point just springs from the match at the weekend, the matches at the weekend, I should say, of Tottenham and of Nottingham Forest. Slightly contrasting results there for the two teams. And it's about the outball, the player, the escape, the way you can protect your ball from coming back at you. If you looked at the game at the weekend, Sean Dyche had an outball where meant that when his team was defending deep, which he presumably expected to do for much of the game against Liverpool, his players always had somewhere to go. And at 61st minute of the second half, it became fairly clear that Liverpool were going to put the pressure on. They were all over them. And he brought on Amari Hutchinson and played him outside in. And that meant whenever his team was struggling, they would put the ball up to Amari, he would win it, he would take 2, 3, 4, 5 touches and wait for his team to arrive around him, and that would take the pressure off his defenders from permanently having to control the ball. If you switch to the Arsenal game, Thomas Frank had all 11 players defending 30 yards from the Arsenal box or nearer the goal. That left them with no out ball, and Mohamed Kudus should have been the out ball. But he was back with all the others defending, and it meant that it looked really negative, it felt negative, and you got the feeling that those Tottenham players thought they couldn't win. And therefore, as soon as Arsenal score, the heads go down and they're done. And as soon as Liverpool let in a goal, Notts Forest thought, we've won. Liverpool thought, oh no. And it's all about the fact that the patterns and signals that you give off on the pitch about having options, about having one-way traffic, about having two-way traffic, about having a chance, translate into what happens after a pivot moment in a game like a goal. And if you think about it, that leads to our models. Our models work on taking past performance, so goals, expected goals, things that have happened in matches that are proprietary to us that create our models. But all of those things are past performance leading to a prediction of what will happen next. And so anything, we have to be super careful about double counting. You know, we can't say Thomas Frank's a new Spurs manager, therefore we should lower Spurs in the model, because Thomas Frank's been here all season and all of those games are making up the model. That's already in the model. But Sean Dyche is different. Our model is still picking up results from before he got here. So for a while now, we will not have Notts Forest in the models as anything other than a wary orange bar that says, even if a bet shows up here, be careful. For them or against them, just be careful because the data might not be good. It's similar to why we don't bet on a team in the season until 5 games have been played. And until Sean Dyche has played 5 solid games and got the team playing how he wants, then we will not do it. Just as a matter of fact, Forest ran 6.5 kilometres more than Liverpool at the weekend. If ever you wanted to see a better example of Sean Dyche ball, that's it. He gets criticised for being an old school manager, but he is not. He is a fairly progressive manager. And I love the fact that he's been given what is his best squad of players he's ever managed. He is going to do something special at Forest, I think. But do you think that means he's going to disrespect his other principles, the principles of working hard, the principles of working for your teammate? No, no, no. That's going to be pure Sean Dyche. Notts Forest are going to improve steadily under him. So that brings us on to Thomas Frank and what's going on there. I have got no doubt that Spurs have got a good manager in Thomas Frank, but Spurs have got plenty of doubts, and Spurs fans have got plenty of doubts. And unfortunately, he is not going to get given enough time to turn round what is the worst run club this side of... Oh no, it's nowhere near as badly run as West Ham. So ignoring that and the fact that it's actually okay, it's like any other football club, they are not going to give Thomas Frank time. He hasn't got his attacking players and he's not going to get a chance to be creative and show his creative side. If you put Dominic Solanke, Kulusevski, and Madison in that squad, in that match day squad, and they were playing anyone other than Arsenal, they would have every single chance in the world to be a top 4 or 5 side. But with all those injuries at the same time and no strength in depth in the front places, there's very little chance for Thomas Frank. And they're not going to give him the time. I can feel it now. The tide is turning. He's getting ultra negative. He's losing confidence in his system himself in terms of the fact he's finding having to defend everything and hope it works. The players look like they're running out of patience and fearing that they could get turned over. So they're not doing the top block and they're only doing the deep block. But Thomas Frank's side need to press the front and try and hold the ball there. But if the team passes that block at the front, then they all drop and do a deep block as well. And they need to be fit enough to do that, disciplined enough to do that, and have enough control to do that. And like any manager in world football, the most important thing is buy-in from the players. And if you think about it, at Brentford and at Brentford Football Club, every single player, every single person at the club, and every single spectator bought into Thomas Frank 100%, and the magic happened. That is simply not the case at Spurs. There is no buy-in. And unfortunately, he's not going to be able to see this out without a stunning run of results until he gets his players back. And unless Spurs give him 2 years, you're not going to see the best of Thomas Frank. And Thomas Frank is not going to get the chance to save Spurs. And they are going to go through the same cycle of hire someone attacking, hire someone defensive, hire someone attacking, hire someone... Oh, no, again. Sorry, that's West Ham, isn't it? Never mind. I don't want to annoy all the fans. So here we go, guys. That's a little bit of talking football for you today. We'll be back with some more talking football. We're going to try and do 1 or 2 talking footballs a week because I like doing them. It's not straight betting all the time. But we'll be back with an outside bet before another talking football. This one will go up on the website under the talking football playlists, and you'll see it on the podcast. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. And if you're betting on the bet that's in our other game, and if you're betting on anything, or if you're just watching the Champions League, good luck, goodbye, and love you all. Love you.